Welcome to Vodhalla.
I wonder if this is going to be a situation where Experience has to swap off the Rayman because Snowy knows how to read it. You know,
yeah, I mean, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked well for them previous. Like, it didn't win them the match, but it changed how it was played. Oh man, that nair by Boomie is a really good example of the experience of these two players, right? Like, the blue team starts to open up a team combo, Boomie just gets down there, grabs Experience with the nair, chucks him under the stage, and completely breaks up that combo. I mean, I'm almost shaking from nerves. I'm not even playing. Like, I am so excited to see who takes the dub here. And I mean, obviously, red team is expected, and there goes Santy taking out Experience by his own hand. That's a really terrible start for the blue team. I mean, they have good damage built onto the red team right now, and that recovery is always going to take out Snowy's stock. But Boomie is helping in covering Snowy's weak spot here, and working on trying to get that KO onto Santy. We're building that damage onto Experience, but Santy is actually going to find the KO onto Boomie instead, the less damaged player of the red team, and now almost getting a KO onto Snowy as well. Experience with the team damage onto Santy. Any kind of KO hit will kill Santy at this point, and they need that badly. Same for Snowy though, as the weapon throw connects. Experience looking for the edge guard, doesn't manage to land it, but the unarmed end light is actually enough to shut down Snowy's first stock. And this is a good start for the blue team, even though they're coming in here loser's side, having lost to this team already yesterday.
Yeah, I 100% agree, and I think these players definitely kind of realize that. They're like, all right, well, we're doing not entirely bad, but I think they realistically think they can go and take this. I mean, I don't. Well, duh. I think they do, but right now it's more about controlling the platform a little bit more over Snowy and Boomie, or separating them as much as possible because of how much they do team combos.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's also like not letting them get that targeting, right? Like, you've spoken about the fact that the red team are very good at picking a focus and sort of working down on that player to annihilate them. And I mean, or they can just adapt it and do that to the player that I didn't really expect them to focus on and damage, right? Because they had Experience down on us early on in comparison to Santy. But yeah, they find one opener, it's a deleted stop. Especially with the power of Cross's Sigs in a 2's combo. It's buttons for that stop. They can even get it done with glasses and unarmed, but as I say that, Experience is going to shut down Boomie's second stock, and then Snowy's putting blue team technically into a lead, although Santy is actually damaged on that final stock already. The Experience is doing the work to Boomie as well, playing well with that aggression here, and Snowy's going to have to try and cover Boomie's weak spot, which really has put into the highest amount of damage put onto any player on the board, not counting stock. And I mean, I'm surprised to see how well blue team's doing, if I'm honest. I don't want to like jinx it for them, but they're doing a good job. Unless red team manages to like annihilate Santy out of nowhere, which they've done once already this match, don't get me wrong. But unless that happens, blue team is on course to possibly win this. And there goes Santy. Okay, well,
this is possible.
Yeah.
I think this is 100% possible, but Experience has to be very careful about running into like attacks
or doing that
from the opposing team, and I think that is an interesting way to go ahead and go about that. But he still can win. I mean, if he picks up backs, knocks out Boomie, then has a 1v1 against Snowy, he can kind of feel the matchup against Snowy's Rayman and really decide who's gonna, if Experience needs a swap. I think that's what he can get out of this. He knocks out Snowy, or knocks out Boomie, I'm sorry.
I mean, they did a decent job at building that damage. Experience are trying to sort of hover above them, but Snowy's demonstrated that if you make him go up, he will go up with you, and he'll get the damage on you in the meantime with that bonus recovery. And Boomie isn't afraid to build damage on his teammate either. They're close to getting this KO. Oh, he goes for the nair into the recovery onto Boomie. That probably would have enough to kill Boomie, if not both of them. One KO hit is enough, but Boomie misses the recovery. Oh, but the death and Experience low. This is so close.
You can do it.
Oh, and that's it. The spot dodge read by Boomie, perfectly executed, waits out the dodge, lands the recovery, and that is it for game one, going in the favor of Boomie and Snowy, but incredibly close, considering the previous scoreline between these two teams.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was a 3-0 in favor of Snowy and Boomie last time, right? So, yeah, I would think Experience is very more comfortable with where they're at currently. It just comes down to like, all right, what can they do? I think Santy also can't keep on dying that quick. That's probably something we need to bring up. Because, I mean, Santy's a phenomenal player, and I think he does very well with Experience, but he's just having such a difficult time against Snowy and Boomie, really keeping those stocks, because they're realistically getting focused by them.
Uh-oh. That's a good start for the red team, although Experience is actually going to wake up with a Nair and continue the edge guard off stage with the gauntlets. Boomie's going to, he's going to scramble out there as fast as he can, but he's taking a bit of damage as a result of it. But, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily an issue of Santy being worse at surviving. I think it's the red team's demonstrated ability to pick a target and just roll with that and get so much done off that focusing. And they've also shown that once they've got that target out, they have the prowess to win the 2v1, even when they're at a damage disadvantage or a stock disadvantage, right? And right now they seem to be focusing on Experience, but Santy is also, he's a possibility for them to get some damage onto. There's in fact gauntlets all around the board. Now Santy gets launched all the way up and manages to live just about. Boomie late on that follow-up against Experience. And Boomie being the lowest damage player on the board right now is all of starting to enter kill percent here. Experience on that axe is going to be one of the biggest threats for the red team right now, and lands that sail onto Boomie but doesn't go. Right now I think it's honestly anyone's game. It's so close right now.
Yeah, I 100% agree. The platforms kind of make things change a little bit, and this is what I mean. The double knockout coming in from Boomie. I've seen Boomie absolutely pop off with these platforms more than any other map, right? Where if they have the platform maps, they can land stuff like that double knockout where it catches the blue team off guard. Depends though. It really depends. Right now, Experience.
Oh, Santy's at the cover though. Oh, but Boomie's in! Oh my god! No way they both get back! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Now Boomie's in trouble. What is this match?
I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just sitting here, okay? At this rate, they're just doing their thing.
I'm just here to watch.
Yeah, Jesus.
Santy. That's such a way to make an impact by Boomie. They're going to continue on to Experience on the edge here, though. They're going to back off and grab their weapons. Oh no, but Boomie lands the ending onto Snowy. Snowy is going to make it back, I think. Yeah, he is, especially with that side F. Grandpa does catch the Boomie. Boomie's okay on health right now, and Experience is nearing that kill on the final stock already. Santy is on his final stock, but he's practically untouched right now, whereas Experience is about to enter, in fact has entered the red. The Sayer is going to finish off Boomie, and Snowy's not too far behind actually. He's doing a decent job at equalizing this up there with the ground pound, but again, Experience is so close to getting finished off here, and if that happens, it's probably not going to be looking too good for Santy against a team as prestigious as the red team. Oh no, Snowy though, offering up a team combo for Santy onto his own teammate. And it looks like it might be turning around for the blue team here with Boomie getting knocked out by... I mean, I'll be honest. I will be completely honest. Snowy did more work to getting that KO than Experience.
Yeah.
Snowy still has the possibility to win this if he can get rid of Experience soon enough. And they get back onto that weapon, gets hit by the ground pound. The Sayer does connect, though, and now he's in a 1v1 versus Santy here. He has beaten Santy in the past. We know that Snowy, being the #1 PR NA player, 1v1s, does have what it takes to win the 1v1 against Santy. The Sig drops! But a T-Light recovery will be enough. That should have been a red team win. I'm sorry, that should have. Like, that isn't biased, that's just the truth. After the offstage engagement by Boomie with those gauntlets, with the lead they had, anyone in their right mind would have expected the red team to win that. And yet, still, somehow, Experience and Santy managed to drag it back. Santy with the 600 damage in that match.
That's insane to me, though. I mean, this is 101. This is a grand finals. This is not a time to f up or a time to f around, right? That's for the other part of winner's side, right? If you can try stuff on the winner's side of the bracket, and if you don't do very hot in winner's side, you can do the losers and just go 1000% in to make sure you go through the bracket. But this is not winner's side. This is not loser's side. This is a tier above it. It's grand finals. This is where you need to pop off. And 100%, I'm rooting for experience in Santy so we can have a grand finals reset.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic to see. We're going to Shipwreck Falls here with the exact same legend sets right now. And I think Experience Santy are starting to figure out what they need to do, which is, avoid getting put into those setup positions, avoid letting them target one or the other by working together to sort of minimize the damage that one person takes. And also, I mean, unlike the rest of the teams, right, there's so many things to focus on in slowing down Snowy and Boomie. You've got to keep them apart, you've got to stop them from targeting, you've got to make sure they can't get strong 1v1s, because they have all of that under their belt. But right now, Blue Team does have the damage lead, with Boomie having taken the most damage out of anyone on the field right now. Oh, he misses that follow-up, but Boomie gets it up. But the second one, it's always great to watch the top level players and the follow-ups they manage to just like suddenly come up with in the nick of time, with be it a SIG or a light attack. And that's a large part of what makes Snowy and Boomie so formidable, is that they can turn one hit into a follow-up so easily and so often. And that, just like that, exactly like that one side SIG on a perfect double KO against the Blue Team. That is what makes them so formidable to fight.
Yeah, and like the
Snowy!
What is going on? Red team going crazy!
He's still going!
Oh no! Oh, I see him there. Oh my gosh, get him! Oh, he's still alive! He's still alive!
Somehow Experience managed to survive that, and Snowy's always going to get knocked down by Santy, but Santy is on his final stock now, with both Boomie and Snowy on their first still, almost 2 minutes into this match. Well, I say that, and then Experience swings his axe in both directions and knocks out both red team members. But, it's really not looking good for Blue Team in comparison to last game. I mean, it's not as bad as when Boomie, jumped down and just marked both of them with gauntlets, but they're going to have to pull out an equally miraculous comeback, and hopefully Snowy doesn't give Santy a team combo onto a team. Oh, there goes Experience's second stock. Santy now trying desperately to survive on this final stock. If he can try and help out his teammate a bit, that's always good value. But right now, that is going to end it for Santy. And now it's a 4 stocks versus 1 situation for Experience. That's a good start for him, although he will manage to, Snowy will manage to avoid getting knocked out there, and Boomie will get a good damage out of it in return. I mean, like, I don't know how I feel about Experience in this 2v1, man.
I don't know. He could.
I mean,
yeah,
that's why.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks, dude. Now, here's the thing, chat. Experience was trying their best off that ledge to go ahead and win that, but another thing is Boomie and Snowy are up by 1. If they win 1 more game, they win this entire tournament. The entirety of the event.
If Experience and Santy want to win this tournament, not only do they have to bring us to a Game 5 win in Grand Finals Round 1, then have to reset Grand Finals from that win and beat Boomie and Snowy again. The amount of mental fortitude that requires to play that long against a team that is that stacked and win when you're down a round is something that very few players have under their belt. And right now we're seeing Santy swap to the Koji, swapping off the gauntlets to the bow. I guess he wasn't really feeling the gauntlets. Although I would say I think the gauntlets was probably one of the best parts of Santy's round that we saw. Experience being aggressive off the edge here with the axe onto Boomie. And it's going to work out almost, but now Boomie's on the edge against Santy! He picks up the gauntlets again! Snowy continues the edge guard! And that's it! Santy is out again! Experience is at a damage disadvantage. It's all going wrong for the Blue Team here. As time ticks up, more goes wrong for the two of them. And damage just keeps on building.
Dude, and that's not very... That's... And... Alright,
No,
Santy's
it
trying
does
to
go
pick it
down
up a little bit.
relatively early. But,
Yeah.
Santy is on his second stock. And we're less than a minute into the game. Right? Like,
Yeah.
the Experience is not long for this world on his first either. With Boomie on edge with the blasters, that's a terrifying opponent to be fighting, although Santy's going to knock him up high. And actually, Snowy, it's looking pretty much in Blue Team's, not in their favor, but equalized already after what was an incredibly devastating start. shockingly, Snowy's almost down to his final stop already. I guess the confidence from that beginning for the red team has sort of got to their heads a little bit, and now this isn't even getting knocked out yet. Oh, well, as I say that, there we go. And now we're looking at Snowy and Santy like getting too afraid to approach each other. Oh, Snowy misses the true combo of the D-Light recovery, and now we're looking at Experience building damage onto Boomie on the edge here. They need to get rid of Santy, or Santy needs to help get rid of Snowy, but there goes Santy, and now they're getting aggressive against Experience on the edge here, who does actually manage to make it back onto the stage. Again, this is, if blue team loses this, it's over. Red team has won the tournament. So they need to pull out all the stops to find every single bit of damage and KO power they have to win this match. And right now, it's not looking too bad, but the red team is not afraid to just dive in there and get more team combos done at every opportunity possible.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, this is a match. Oh, Experience is still alive barely after that. Nice combo coming in from the blue team, but we gotta bring this up. This is almost like a $600 like grand finals.
No.
And Experience does go and get knocked
out.
No! Second stock, and Santy is out of the final stock. It is a 1v3. Can Experience do it? Or are the red team just going to absolutely combo Experience? It's looking like the second.
It looks like they are!
Look at this! Oh my god!
Experience is he's done, man. He knows it. He knows it. It's basically over. He's emoting all over the map.
Oh.
He does manage to make it back to safety, but the D-Sig by Snowy. 3-1 victory for Boomie and Snowy. 2-time now in a row. Victors of Moose Wars 2v2s.
Yeah, these are powerful players, chat. No matter what you think, Boomie and Snowy are, they're your Moose Wars Galactic Warfare 2v2 champions, which is insane to think. Back to back. I don't think we've seen a back to back in a very long time in a Moose Wars event. And keep in mind, Experience and Santy were the team before in Arts of Sorcery to win the tournament, and then Snowy Boomie came in, wrecked the shit in, and then now they're 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to how stacked of a team this is. It's just formed like following Winters, right? And they're already making such a huge name for themselves in the community scene. And the moment, by the time springs roll around and so on, they're going to be making use of that name that they've built from tournaments like this one to show the fact that they are prepared to be the best 2v2 team in NA possibly. And I mean, right now they look to be on course to do it. Like even Luna and Pugsy lost out to the team that then lost 3-0 and 3-1 to Boomie and Snowy.